What's up, everybody? Once again, my name is Matt, and welcome back to Let's Play The Legend of Zelda Skyward Sword. In the last episode, we traveled to the top of the volcano summit, and probably did some other stuff as well, but, it's been a while, guys, and I honestly don't remember. Regardless, though, in this episode, we're gonna make our way to the entrance of the next temple, so let's not waste too much time, and get right back into it. It's kind of weird, you know, like coming back to this game after taking such a long break from recording and playing this game in general. So hopefully this episode is pretty simple. You know, I can ease myself right back into it. Anyways, let's step inside this spring real quick and actually take out 2 empty bottles because we want to fill them both up with some water. Just plain old normal water. Might not seem important, but trust me, this will come in handy in making our way to the next temple, so it's vitally important. But that's not the only reason why we came up here. Oh no, instead, if we jump right off this ledge, we can actually dive around this first pillar and find ourselves a goddess cube. So yeah, this one, pretty easy to miss if you don't know it's there, but it's worth picking up. So let's send that back up to the sky, where we can collect the goddess chest a little bit later on. So now that that is done, I guess really all that's left for us to do is use our claw shots to make our way all the way back up to where we dived off of. Now, here's something interesting that I sort of found out while just like practicing for this recording session. When you're normally hanging on vines, like your stamina meter does go down, but if you pull out your claw shot, it actually freezes the stamina meter, like it doesn't decrease, which is kind of weird. Like you think it would continue to decrease, but it actually doesn't. I mean, you can't really get any benefit out of that, but I figured I would mention it because I did find it just a little bit interesting. Alright, so now that we're up here, let's actually grab this bomb flower and place it right over here because it is a cracked wall. It's very easy to miss, sort of blends in with the surroundings. But yeah, if you blow that up, there is a nice chest waiting for you on the other side. So let's open this bad boy up and see what's inside. Check it out, guys. We got ourselves a silver rupee. So yeah, 100 rupees just for blowing up a little bit of rock. Not bad. And there are some butterflies over here if you want to pull out your harp and sort of activate another gossip stone, but I'm not really going to bother with that right now. Instead, let's head back inside the volcano, and this time we'll go down this, entrance to the left, because this is where we will find the entrance to the next temple. And hey, it's our Goron pal. What's going on, dude? Oh, hey, we meet again. How have you been, bud? I rumbled over here because I heard someone had spotted some goddess cubes in the area. I've got a hunch they may be down in that direction, but this flaming wall of fire is blocking the way. I wish there was something we could do to put out these flames. I may know a trick, man, don't worry. Master, I have information for you. With the enhanced capabilities of your sword, you are now able to use your dowsing ability to find goddess cubes. I have taken the liberty of registering goddess cubes as dowsing targets. Please use the ability as you deem necessary. AKA absolutely never. But there you go. You can douse for goddess cubes now to make finding them a little bit easier. Alright, so first things first, let's check out this stone slab. Quench my thirst to clear your path. Yeah, this one is pretty straightforward, not cryptic whatsoever. So let's go up to this weird frog-like statue thing. Take out one of our bottles of water and just pour it right on top to quench the thirst. And bam, would you look at that? Flames have been extinguished. Hey, the flames are out. Now we can get through here. You bet we can, buddy. And this is exactly why we needed 2 bottles of water, because guess what? There are even more flames in front of us. But before we deal with those, let's actually come over here to these butterflies and take out our harp. That way we can summon a gossip stone. Now, normally I don't talk to these guys, but this one particular gossip stone does have some very useful information, so you're gonna want to talk to him. And also, he is gonna give us some Elden ore, so that's pretty nice as well, I guess you could say, although we really don't need any more of that. Alright, so what do you have to say? Rumor has it there is a piece of heart hidden somewhere nearby. Yeah, pretty important stuff. The thing is, to get to it, you need to be able to burrow like a magma. Alright, so we can't do that just yet, but if we do dig up this soft soil spot, you'll notice that, yeah, there's sort of a hole. And if we had the ability to do so, we could climb inside that and then go find a piece of heart. But, we can't do that just yet. So I know that it's here, but, yeah, sadly, we just can't collect that piece of heart right now. We need to come back for it a little bit later on when we gain the ability to dig underground. But I did just want to point that out, that way you guys know I'm aware of it, and I will be coming back for it a little bit later on. For now, though, let's head right up here and quench the thirst of this next frog. That way we can move on. And obviously, yeah, you need to do this one from up here because the platform leading up to that frog was, you know, sort of broken and we couldn't reach it. Hey, nice work, bud. Now we are getting somewhere. Alright, so there's only one more, like, series of flames in front of us, but, we're all out of water. Not a big deal, though, because this next section of flames is, a lot larger, as is the frog statue. Do you see this, bud? Talk about intriguing. We are definitely off the map here. This does not feel like Goddess Cube stuff to me. I bet there is something super important hidden around here. All I can say is that it's a big frog with a big thirst. I do not think the amount of water one of your little bottles can hold is going to cut it this time. You have to have a big container to hold the water needed for this job. Got anything like that? And speaking of which, where are you going to get all the water? I gotta say, I'm pretty much stumped. That's a good question. Fi wants to talk to us though, so let's see what she has to say. Master Link, I detect no water in the immediate vicinity. Of course, you will need a large basin to proceed past the impediment, but you will also need water. I recommend you start with that task. Some water and a basin. Where have I heard that before? I wonder. Yeah, let's activate this real quick. That way we can teleport back down to it later on. Before we leave in search of a water basin, although the Goron said this doesn't seem like Goddess Cube territory, we know a little better. So there is one Goddess Cube that we can get while we're here. So let's do that first before we leave and go and get the water basin from the Pharaon region. Because yes, we will need to travel all the way to Pharaon, grab the water basin from the water dragon, and bring it all the way back here. That's pretty much how we're getting inside the next temple. And wow, I can't believe I messed up my parry there with my shield, but I guess I was a little bit too slow. Not a big deal. Like I said, though, it has been a while since I've played this game, so combat skills probably a little bit rusty. Might take a few episodes to get them back up to snuff, but regardless, they're good enough to take care of that guy. Now we can easily just claw our way over to where this Goddess Cube is. So we'll charge up another Skyward Strike. That way we can send this one back up to the sky where it belongs. So long, buddy. I'll be seeing you a little bit later. And, alright, there is some soft soil here. I think this one is actually something good. Not too sure. I guess it's, yeah, just rupees, so never mind. Really not that important. I'm not really sure why I thought that was, like, something else, but whatever, not a big deal. Now that all that is done, though, let's make our way back to the sky and go and grab that water basin, shall we? While we're doing that, though, I guess I can address the elephant in the room, and that is, you know, why was there such a long gap in videos? Now, I did, like, make an update video about this, but I understand, like, some of you guys might have skipped over that, even though I do try to, like, make my update videos as short and concise as possible. That way you guys know what's going on. Regardless, though, here's basically the gist of it. I had two trips, PAX and a family vacation, like, back-to-back. So what I did was I pre-recorded enough videos to cover me while I was at PAX, and maybe, like, one or two extra videos, you know, just in case. And then my plan was to go to PAX, come back for, like, a week, pre-record, like, all the videos that I would need to cover me while I went away on that family vacation, and then we would just, like, pick up where I left off. But what happened was I went to PAX, got sick for a week. Then, since I already had, like, plans to go on that family vacation, I went on that vacation, and because I was sick, I wasn't able to pre-record any videos. So yeah, it was kind of like a worst case scenario because I had no backup plan, I couldn't record because I was sick, and then I couldn't record because I was away from home. So That's why there was such a large gap. I think it was like almost 2 weeks without videos, which is just insane. It might be like one of the longest breaks I've taken on this channel. Like, I think maybe when I first got my braces put on 2 years ago, I took a break for about maybe 3 weeks. That might be like the longest break, but this is definitely the second longest break. Anyways, let's talk to the water dragon. Ah, it's you. Tell me, are you mastering the power that dwells within your sword? Oh, you wish to borrow my water basin? Very well. I have recovered, and I have no intention of having to soak in it again soon. Be gone with it. It's yours to use as you please. Fantastic! To transport the water dragon's basin to the volcano, you will need to enlist the service of that transport robot. Shall I send word to him? Alright, you can call him. Understood, Master. I will call him at once. Man, this guy. You know, if you like this guy, this is probably the point where you, stopped liking this guy. And you'll see what I mean if you're unfamiliar with, the next part of the game. Mistress Fi, my deep apologies for keeping you waiting. Let's see here. This cargo looks very heavy, but it's well within my payload tolerances. Master Shortpants, watch carefully while I demonstrate what a real hero looks like. Yeah, just pick up the basin. As usual, I shall await you in the skies above. Alright, see you later. Thank goodness he's gone, am I right, guys? Jeez. Master, your task here is complete for the moment. We should return to the sky so we can set a course for the volcano. Alright, sounds like a plan, Fi. Not really sure like what else I would have done here anyway, so of course I was gonna go back to the volcano, which makes that line of dialogue a little bit pointless, but you know, the game does that a lot. Like, it strings you along and sort of like tells you exactly what you need to do and where you need to go, and I understand why they did that, but at the same time, I kind of think they do it a little too much in this game, you know what I mean? Because the difference is, like, I like figuring out where to go, because, I don't know, that's half the fun of the game for me at least, and I feel like when the game tells you exactly what to do, you stop sort of, you know, doing it for yourself and start doing it for the game because the game told you to. So you're not like figuring this out organically and having that like natural experience. Instead, you're just doing it because, you know, that's what you need to do next. It makes the game feel less like an adventure and more like a chore to me because, you know, you're just doing what it says, accomplishing every single task, if you will. Anyways, though, like I was saying before, if you liked Scrapper before, I guarantee you this is the part of the game where your opinion on him changed just ever so slightly because, well, guess what? This is the entrance to the volcano. I better get there before Master Shortpants. Yeah, this little guy thinks it's some sort of competition or race. And because of that, well, it means we do not get to choose our destination. So now we're landing at the base of the volcano instead of the summit. Yeah, isn't that just great? What's going on? I almost blew a rotor trying to slow myself down during that descent. Anyway, this is where you wanted the water, right? No. What? The summit? Why didn't you say so from the start? I don't want to carry this thing back to the sky. It's heavy. Well, it's your own fault. And now he's just complaining in robot talk. And yeah, now this entire area is filled to the brim with enemies too, so that's just great. This place is swarming with monsters. I bust up enemies like a junkyard wrecker. Too bad I've got my mitts full with this basin. Hey Master Shortpants, since we came all this way, let's play a little game called Protect the Robot. Here's how it works. I'll follow you up the volcano, and you make sure nothing touches me. Got it? Good! Your job is simple. You make sure none of the monsters lays a claw on me. Not one claw. Alright, so we need to scale all the way to the top of the volcano and protect Scrapper. Yeah, this is literally an escort mission. Now, Scrapper, he's kind of dumb, so he actually will actively just stand there and get hit by enemies. And enemies are pretty smart, like, they will actively go after Scrapper. So, those two things combine and make for a very unpleasant experience if you don't really, sort of go slow and try and target everything from afar using your bow and arrows. So yeah, I highly recommend sniping everything from very far away with your bow, because if you get in range, chances are the enemies can actually hit Scrapper, and if they hit Scrapper like 3 times, he breaks down. When Scrapper breaks down, guess what? You're going all the way back to the beginning of the summit, and you have to bring them all the way back to where you were. Now, there is one benefit to doing that. Like, if it does happen, like Scrapper gets damaged and you have to restart the entire mission from the very beginning, the one benefit is that all the enemies that you did kill are gone, so they do not respawn. So, like, having Scrapper take damage is not the worst thing in the world. It just means that, yeah, you're going back to the start, so you're gonna waste a lot of time. It's not all that bad, though. There is one checkpoint in this mission, but seeing as how it's like, you know, 85% towards like the end of this area, it's not exactly the most useful checkpoint in the world, but it is there, so I guess you can look forward to that. Like, as long as you make it to that point, if Scrapper does get damaged or whatever, the game will respawn you from that particular checkpoint all the way back down for the beginning, so that's at least good. And my goal is to at least make it to that point without Scrapper dying, because Scrapper dies very easily. Like, do not get me wrong, guys. I've never actually been able to go through this entire section without Scrapper dying at least once, so do not feel bad whatsoever if you have to redo this a couple of times, because it is one of the most tedious and kind of annoying things in the entire game, just due to how sort of dumb Scrapper actually is. Like, his AI is not smart whatsoever. Like, I think if they gave him the ability to move slightly out of the way of danger, that would be a little bit better, but as it stands, he does not move whatsoever. So like, the second one enemy locks onto him and starts like dealing some damage, he's just gonna sit there and like take those hits until eventually either you kill the enemy or the enemy damages Scrapper enough to the point where you need to restart like the entire escort mission. So yeah, those options aren't really that good. That's kind of why I wish they gave him the ability to move out of the way slightly, just so you have like an extra second or two to figure out what's going on, address the situation, and save Scrapper. But sadly, that is not the case. And please give me some arrows or just rupees. That's fine too, man, even though I really need some arrows, because yeah, your bow is like your godsend in this section, because it allows you to take out enemies from very far away, like before they even get close enough to Scrapper. And because your aim and like targeting distance is a lot farther than all the other enemies, you can take out the other archers from very far away. Like, there's 2 up here that I want to get rid of right now. The only bad part is our current quiver can only hold up to 20 arrows, which is not a lot by any means. So although I'm trying to be like as conservative with my arrows as I possibly can, we really don't have a lot. Like, I know for a fact 9 is not enough to do like everything that I want to do. So hopefully I can find some more arrows. I'm pretty sure there is at least one soft soil spot over here that I can dig up and maybe get some arrows. If the game wants to be nice about it, please. Just rupees. Alright, well that kind of stinks. So I know that soil spot is just an enemy, so I'm not going to bother with that one. Alright, so 9 arrows. Normally I would take out these guys with arrows, but I guess I can just do these guys with my sword, because they're not really that big of a threat. Plus, I can attack them like one at a time, so not a big deal. Now, if one of them wants to drop some arrows, that would be fantastic. Come on, game, be nice. No, just rupees. Alright, whatever. At least we got rid of all those guys without like worrying about Scrapper taking any damage, so that's good. But now we only have 9 arrows, and I want to take this guy out with arrows because well, it's very hard to attack him when he's on that, like, small area and keep his attention, because the second you lose this guy's attention, if you're anywhere close to him, Scrapper is just going to take so much damage, because this guy in particular does a ton of damage and will easily lock onto Scrapper. So I recommend taking this guy out with arrows. But yeah, he takes 5 arrows, so not exactly an easy enemy to get rid of, given the fact that we only have 20 arrows total. But now we have 4, and I know there's some archers right around this corner, so that's not gonna leave me with too many arrows left, unfortunately. So I might have to just hope I get super lucky and use my sword to take out, like, everything else, especially this other giant red, you know, mob in there. Like, he's the guy that I'm really worried about. Let me get rid of this one other archer, because I know he's hidden around the corner, and that guy will definitely shoot down Scrapper if you don't take care of him. Anyways, though, there's our final arrow. Now it's the moment of truth. Can I get rid of this guy without Scrapper taking a ton of damage? Let's run around and please do not attack him. No, 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 no. Get off him, get off him, get off him. Just, attack me, buddy, attack me. There you go. There you go. I did a ton of damage, but, I'm not sure if that was enough. I gotta get over him again. And please just die. Alright, there we go. Thank goodness. I know Scrapper took a little bit of damage there. Not sure how much, but if I can get some arrows, that might just save me. Oh, come on, game. Why do you hate me so much right now? And that's just bugs, so alright, that's great. 0 arrows, but good news is we made it to the checkpoint. Like, once we head through this area and go into the volcano summit, that's going to trigger the checkpoint for this area. We're basically at the end. Like, there's only a few more enemies that I need to fight through, but having some arrows would definitely make that, like, just a tad easier. So, you know, I was hoping one of those bats would drop some arrows, but they didn't, so that's just great. Oh man, this is going to be interesting. So yeah, we have 2 Lizalfos down here, as well as, like, those weird enemies that are inside the lava shooting, I think those are, like, curse bubbles at you, so this is not going to be easy. And Scrapper's, like, in literally the worst spot right now, too. Oh my gosh. This is not good. He's totally gonna go down. Like, there's no way I can stop both of these guys. Yeah, there it is. Alright. That's kind of what I figured was gonna happen, but at least we did make it to the checkpoint. Like I said, I've never actually been able to get Scrapper all the way to the end without him at least blowing up once, so, well, let's try it again. I mean, good news is that, we really didn't make a whole lot of progress in this area, so it's not like we got very far. You know what? Let's actually try something else, though, because I know there is one of, like, those weird lava enemies right around here, so I think that actually did kill one of them. Like, I heard a weird cricket noise, and I'm pretty sure that was it blowing up. So, hopefully, I can stand a little bit closer now and not have to worry about getting cursed, and I can keep these guys away from Scrapper long enough to take them out completely. Alright, one of them's gone. Now we got one left. This should be pretty easy. Parry that, and guess what, buddy? You are done for. Alright, there we go. See, that was not that hard. It's all about the correct positioning. Anyways, now that those guys are gone, pretty sure the only other enemy is, yeah, that guy in the lava. And once we get rid of him, well, we're pretty much in the clear. So let's just guide Scrapper along and bring him over to where those flames are. And we should be done. That took way too long, though. Like, honestly, this whole entire Escort mission was not that great. I am going to dig up this soft soil spot here, though, because I do want to refill my heart, since, you know, we are going into a temple soon, so might as well make sure we're at full HP. But yeah, I don't know. I've never been a huge fan of, like, Escort style missions, but at least we made it and we're here now. You want me to pour the water on this? No problem. Alright, Scrapper, do your thing, man, and don't you dare miss, otherwise I'm gonna have some choice words for you. At least he got it. So, there we go. The thirst has been quenched, as it were. We've done it. Did you see that, Mistress Fi? If there's anything else I can do to be of assistance, just call me. Anytime. Alright, see you later, Scrapper. Good riddance. The flames blocking your path have been fully extinguished. I recommend proceeding ahead. Sounds like a plan. So yes, directly in front of us is the entrance to the next temple. And of course, we're going to take that on in the next episode. So if you guys enjoyed this part, a like rating would be greatly appreciated. If you want to see more, consider subscribing. But once again, guys, my name is Matt. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll catch you in the next one.